There are some lies in our science books. Taught it for 15 years. Even though I'm not teaching it anymore, I still like to study. It's so many neat things to learn. We're going to cover some of that tonight.
Perception is being managed. We are being steered and guided by a hidden hand.
The whole world has been duped by the media that is not real.
Smart thinking, possible time traveler, smart thinking.
That night, boom, contact memory.
And then Alex, if you don't agree, you'll be sent to a re-education camp.
Just because I'm old doesn't mean I've lost my touch with the ladies.
A lot of people here tonight felt like they lost. You know why?
Now, experts are suggesting that we're in a golden age of shape-shifting reptilian sightings. Now, why is that?
I was, and still am, a huge conspiracy guy. I literally ran out of new tin hat topics to research.
It was most definitely not capable of melting steel.
Then I would be a crackpot if I thought that was the case.
Welcome to the Hypothetical Institute, a podcast about conspiracies.
My name is Luke.
I'm Salty.
I'm Cam.
How's everyone today?
Very good.
Good, thanks. I feel like it's been a little while.
Yeah, it has been a little bit. I think we're a bit behind. Sorry to our listeners.
Not much though. Only a couple of days, surely.
Maybe.
Yeah. I got sick. Actually, I was sick on the last one.
Yeah.
You would have heard it. You would have been like, well, he doesn't sound well. Yeah. He sounds like it's just the beginning of something. And it was. I knew my own body.
Well, Salty and I were busy getting fully sick.
Yeah.
I don't know, getting tubes.
Catching half pipes.
Yeah.
Before we begin, we would like to thank our Patreon supporters, but especially Tammy, a $33 cooked sponsor.
Thanks, Tammy.
Robbo, Salty, the order of the day is faith healing.
Yep.
And we're also going to discuss the Black Eye Club.
Cam, did you want to discuss faith healing because you were really sick and then you went and saw that faith healer that you go see?
Mate, if I went... So...
Did the Lord Jesus lift your cold?
I wish. I had to do it myself with Sudafed.
Oh, you got the good stuff?
I got the good stuff.
Where do you get the good...
From the chemist.
You just got to ask for it.
Right.
Yeah.
They ask for ID and everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to give my details, man. Nah.
Do you have ID?
Yeah, of course I got ID.
I feel like my recommendation to you, because they can refuse you, I'd get Emma to go in and get it for you.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
you look like a drug mule.
I've been asked, I've been in where I would go to get it. I've been accused of shoplifting twice. Just across the road at the Coles there, from the chemist that I go to.
Yeah.
But the chemist lady knows me. We're buds. Okay. She asked me once what I was listening to. I had my headphones around my head, and she's like, "What are you listening to?" And I was like, "Oh, a podcast." She's like, "Oh, what is it?" I'm like, "A movie podcast." I was like, "Oh, good movies?" She's good movies? And I was like, "No,
Why
yeah."
Why didn't you want to engage with your chemist?
Because the podcast I was listening to was the worst idea of all time podcast.
Oh, right.
Just where they watch Sex and the City every week.
Right.
For 52 weeks. So to try and explain that in a small interaction, and that's what I'm choosing to listen to.
Yeah.
I went on another podcast this week.
Oh, yeah? What was it?
But you won't hear it for months. It's the Dirty Harry Minute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Every episode they review a different minute of Dirty Harry.
Do they do it chronologically?
Yeah. They start at minute 1 and they go to minute 99 or something.
Right.
What minute did you get?
I was at minute 82, 83.
Right.
So I did 2 episodes. I did the first minute I did was the minute where Scorpio gets onto the school bus.
Oh, yeah.
And makes the kids sing, and then, which was good. That's an action-packed minute.
Yeah.
And then
that's quite near. They're getting near the end.
Yeah,
right?
came in quite late, and then the second minute I did is literally just wide shots of the bus driving away, and then a wide shot of the town hall, and nothing at all happens. Right. It's you got to stick to the format.
Is there a prescriptive time they need to talk for?
No, I think you can talk for as long as you
want. Okay, because I was going to say, if it's a shitty minute.
But you're only allowed to talk about what happened in that minute.
Yeah, but if it's a rubbish minute, then there's not much to talk about. So, I don't want to tell you how to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our own podcast.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing just 1 minute of...
faith healing.
1 minute of Alex Jones videos.
All right. We're going to talk about faith healing first.
Yeah.
I watched a bunch of different cultures of faith healing as my research for this.
Yeah.
Watched a bit of Benny Hinn.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
He used to be on like morning TV in New Zealand when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Was it the same here?
Yeah.
We had remember the Hour of Power with Robert Schuller?
Mm.
He was like
If I was a kid wanting cartoons in the morning, I'd be like, TV Guide. What do you got?
Yeah.
Hour of Power. That is going to be awesome.
It used to be the worst when you'd wake up too early and you go to put cartoons on and it's like, fucking Hour of Power's still on.
We used to have Praise Be
Right.
on ours, which was like church choir songs.
Okay.
Praise Be. Oh, put on cartoons.
So I watched a bit of Benny Hinn. He was so.
So do we want to start with what faith healing is?
All right, what faith healing? It was just healing people with faith.
Be gone.
Yeah, I think
cast Satan out of you.
A lot of it's knocking like the idea that disease is a satanic influence, or it's a demonic thing, rather than something that needs medicine. There's so much.
Do we put exorcisms in with faith healing?
I'm going to chuck them in because I've got a bunch of exorcisms coming up.
Cool.
What about things like Reiki?
Yeah, I think that probably counts.
Yeah.
Because Reiki's the one where they hover over you.
Yeah.
Hover hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be the energy. I don't think that's necessarily this is happening because of God. It's the energy coming out of my hands by the method of how I'm doing this is interacting with the energy of your body and changing it.
Yeah.
But none of our energies are
But we're not
actually interacting, so we're not going to get into any yogi Me Too problems like some of these other dodgy yogis.
Which one was PK doing? Was he doing Reiki?
No, he does some type of massage.
Okay.
He gets hands on.
Yeah, right. Ooh.
But I think it's probably a similar thing.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're watching Benny Hinn?
I watched a bit of Benny Hinn, which I wasn't entirely sure what was going on. Because the video I watched of him, he's in like this huge hall full of people singing. They're all singing this song. It's like some sort of jazz hymn where they can just keep it going.
Right.
It doesn't have like set lyrics.
They just riff on a theme.
I was going to say, is it the song that doesn't end?
Well, sort of. Eventually, it ended. And he's like, a little bit louder now, a little bit quieter now, a little bit louder now.
That's fun.
No, it wasn't. He wasn't actually doing that, but that was the sort of
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
He could make it go loud and quiet by directing it.
Yeah.
And he's like running back and forth across this stage, and he's got these helpers. They're like, "This one's got cancer, Benny," and he's like, "Cancer," and he pushes them, and they fall backwards, and like some of them really fucking fall. And there's like two big burly dudes whose job it is, I think, sometimes to help the fall be a little less intense. And they also pick him back up, and they pick him right back up, and then he gives them another push.
They don't want a lawsuit from them cracking their skull on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, there was a couple where it was like, Benny, this one's got a broken spine. It's like, all right. And that person went down very gently, I know.
Right.
The broken spine, just ease them down.
But so I think part of it was just like the excitement of the whole thing, maybe people feeling better in the moment. But I didn't really understand the timing of the whole thing, because I think they plucked people out of the audience who'd come in sick and then just through being there had been healed.
Okay.
And then he was putting an extra little bit of whammy on at the end.
Right.
To seal the deal or something.
It's like when you want to sand down a table, you fix up the blemish and then you reseal it.
Yeah. Put a little bit of
epoxy on top or something.
Oh, okay. I was going to say put some 2-minute noodles in there.
Yeah.
In the hole.
2-minute noodles with some super glue.
What's this?
You haven't seen those videos?
No, I don't know
Where
what
they
you're talking
like
about.
get a sink and they smash it in half, and then they pack the cavity of the sink with 2-minute noodles and tip like super glue or something all over it, and it's supposed to go rock hard. They chisel it all smooth, sand it, paint it, and you can't tell it was broken.
Right. There you go.
They're bullshit though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He also did this thing where he'd take his jacket off and he'd swing it, like he'd go into the crowd and he'd swing it across the crowd. All of these people just fall down.
Right.
That's a good power to have.
Yeah.
Imagine on a train. Oh, it's a bit busy in here.
Yeah.
Everyone just goes.
Yeah. Oh, I get to my seat now.
Bit of space.
Yeah. That was all that I saw Benny Hinn doing. I was like, well, I was hoping you're going to be putting your hands on people, actually healing them. I think that's a thing that people do, though.
Yeah, they go and they do the palm, like the blessing almost, but then you heal them.
I watched a video of some faith, I don't know who it was, faith healer healing a deaf woman, and he like jammed he's got her to take her hearing aids out, And then he jammed his fingers in her ears and like did his prayer thing and was like, pulled them out.
And she could hear.
And she could hear. Yeah.
Right.
And it's just got his fingers are just orange.
Yeah.
Oh, what is happening? Like, God damn it.
And a bit later, he was like, did I faith heal a deaf woman or did I eat some bloody burger rings?
That's one of the grossest things we've done on this podcast.
I watched.
Yeah, I know, it was an ear thing.
I watched a bit of street faith healing.
Oh, yeah?
This is like a Christian guy. So he's at a train station. He gets off the train and it's quite late in the evening, and the train station's almost empty. Or like there are people there when they all get off the train, but he sort of hovers until like everyone's almost gone, and then there's a woman on one crutch sort of hobbling away, and he comes up to her. He's like, "Oh, excuse me, miss. Do you mind if I ask you what's wrong?" She says, "Oh,
Is he British?
yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I don't need you."
No, that was good. I thought I picked it up.
All right, I was going to say, because it started out as being like a different accent.
Yeah.
Hello, missus. What's ailing ya?
Well, he's like, "Oh, right, what's going on here?" And she's like, "Oh, I've just got a sore ankle or a broken ankle or something, or a sprained ankle, one of these ankle things."
Yeah.
He's like, "Do you mind if I pray for you?" And it's one of those things where it's like, is she saying yes to this just because we're at a train station in the middle of the night and there's no one around?
Yeah.
Where she's like, this is the easiest way to get this situation finished. And she's like, yeah, okay.
Or is she saying yes because she was a paid actor?
Yeah, well, we'll get to this in a second. So he gets down on his knees and he says, "Is it all right if I touch your ankle?" Well, actually, he grabs her ankle and he says, "Oh, is it all right if I touch your ankle?" And she's like,
Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
She's like, "Yeah, that's okay." And he starts praying. He's like, "Oh, Jesus, cheers for being a top bloke. Can you sort out this ankle?" Blah, 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 blah. Does a prayer. And then he gets up and he's like, "Oh, how does that feel?" And she's like, "Oh my God, it's fine." And she's like,
Good 2 accents you've done there, Cam. I'm into that.
she's like, "It's fine now. He bloody fixed her ankle." But then I was like, I'm watching this, I'm like, is this fake?
Right.
Because surely if you're going around spreading the word of Christ, you're not allowed to do it with lies, are you? You can't do it with like a fake YouTube social experiment thing.
Well, you wouldn't think so.
I would have thought that was against the rules. And then this other guy sort of walks up and it's like, all right, maybe if you're at a train station, if this guy's been watching those ads where the woman's on the train and that guy's like ogling her,
Yeah.
and the guy in the middle's like, "I'll just stand in the way. You can ogle me for a minute if you don't mind. And you can ogle my backside, miss." He's the real pervert. But anyway, it's like maybe this other guy on the train station is like, "I see something, do something." And it's like, "I'm going to come over because I've just seen this guy like grabbing some woman's ankle where she's got a crutch." And he's like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And he's like, "Oh, we've just been praying to Jesus Christ for her ankle to be healed."
Why does he come over and go, hello, what's going on here then?
Well, that's the thing. He sort of does.
Right.
And he's like, "We've just been praying to Jesus Christ." He's like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, that's fantastic."
Oh, Christ.
And it's like, all right, yeah, these are all actors.
Just a little bit of, I guess, not as funny. In the US, they have faith healing provisions and laws and child abuse laws.
Right.
31 states. So it requires states to grant religious exemptions to child abuse and child neglect laws. So 31 states have this, where like, yeah, you can neglect your child by like being a faith healer and saying, we're praying for it,
right,
and you're not going to get charged.
It doesn't need milk.
No,
we're feeding it with the power of prayer.
So there's one example that I found was a couple were charged with reckless homicide after their kid started turning blue and couldn't breathe, and they just like, we'll pray it away, and died.
Yeah, I saw a doc about that a few years ago at the film festival.
Do you see the New Zealand one about exorcisms?
No, this was about like a little town in America where basically that was the situation. The sheriff wanted to prosecute all of these people for basically murdering their kids,
right?
Because like they've got completely preventable diseases, and then they've just like haven't done anything about it. But the law says you're allowed to just not do anything.
Yeah, if it's religious based.
Yeah.
I wonder what religions are allowed to do it though.
Yeah.
Like if an Islamic family did that. Look at me looking for racism when people are neglecting their child and be like, you're being racist while choosing neglect laws.
Speaking of Islam, so the reason I didn't do a huge amount of research on like Benny Hinn's and things, like I got massively distracted by an ongoing, this is breaking news.
All right.
Massive Islamic faith healing scandal in the UK. Of let me just pull up the names here. Abdullah is the woman, and Hassanat is the bloke. And they were a power Instagram couple. They were a power Islamic Instagram couple. So a lot of their content was sort of normal Instagram couple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, the meme where like the guy's driving in the car, he's got the door open and he's like singing the song to the woman.
No.
The listeners will know.
Okay.
They're doing like all of the normal memes.
Yeah.
And all of the normal Instagram power couple things.
Yeah.
But just doing them Islamically.
So like, wait, so you're saying Islam is not normal?
No, it's just they're doing all of the dumb influencer things.
Yeah.
But they're like doing it with niqabs on.
Yeah.
Right.
Like she's leading him towards a holiday place and he's taking a photo of their hands and her back kind of thing.
Yeah.
That one.
Right.
That classic.
Yeah. Except all you can see is the niqab.
Yeah, yeah.
So
there's one that's like you kick whatever the Arabic word for
kick niet
cat is.
Yeah.
So they do all that stuff, all of that like normal influencer stuff, but their other content is the exorcisms.
Are they performing the exorcisms?
Yeah.
All right.
But I think the wife might have had a sneaky exorcism done on her as well. But they've just been exposed.
Maybe that's how they met.
Yeah. But if you do perform exorcism as a couple, you'd be like, hey, can you just give me a cheeky exorcism in the morning? Just feeling a little bit full of some demons right now. You just get rid of them for me?
It's a pretty niche Hallmark card, right? You stole my demons and then my heart.
I think it's just the guy that does the exorcisms.
Right.
Oh, I should also mention there's like another wife involved as well. So it's not a typical Instagram influencer power couple.
No.
But they've just been exposed as not being real Muslims.
What?
So it turned out that as well as she was like massive on the gram, but there's like this other Instagrammer who's at all the same places as she is, but is not wearing the niqab and is not doing like anything Islamic.
Right.
So going out clubbing and stuff while she's at home reading the Quran.
So they're...
It turns out it's the same woman.
So is there... Like, are they showing off to be Islamic in order to get followers?
I think that might have been part of it.
Because I feel like that doesn't seem to... It goes against what Instagram is.
Well, it definitely goes against the taking photos bit of Islam, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're getting slammed now by like Islamic Joe Rogan, all of these like Islamic...
Who's Islamic Joe Rogan?
It's like, imagine like, you know how Joe Rogan has like his little sidekicks sometimes?
Yeah.
Imagine if that was like an old Muslim
Right.
cleric. It's called like the Dean Show. And
The Ding Show?
The Dean Show.
Dean, D-E-A-N?
D-W-E-N.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like this young Muslim bloke, sort of basically Joe Rogan, but everything's about Islam. And he's got his cleric there, and they get like a guy on Skype to like run down what's going on this, and they're slamming this couple because, you know, they raised all this money for Rohingya, which, you know, no one knows where the money went, and they're like, you know, that was people's zakat. Now they've stuffed up their zakats.
I don't know what that is. What's a zakat?
That's like your tithes.
Ah.
It's like they've stuffed up their bloody zakats.
Ah. Hey, have you seen that video of that gorilla? Bring that up for me. That's wild. That's wild.
That's pretty much what it is. And then there's
No. Look up these words.
There's like these young Islamic guys. It's like, you know, when you jump on YouTube and they're like, "Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Here with the latest Call of Duty news." It's like that, but about the Quran.
Yeah.
And they're like doing this stuff about exposing these people.
Yeah, right. Did you see any of their exorcism gear?
Yeah, so it was pretty lame exorcisms. I watched one video where he was like singing to her, like singing Islamic songs to her, and he would spray her with some holy water pretty much on the hand, and like her hands were shaking because it was a jinn. that was in a...
Okay, I was like, he was spraying her with gin?
No, he was spraying her
gin.
with like rose water that had been blessed.
Mm.
But the gin was trying to get out of her left hand, so her left hand's shaking. He was giving it a good spray.
Mm.
And then it just comes out.
Just pops out.
Just pops right out.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you try and get out of one of the holes in the body rather than trying to get out through the hand?
Well, that's because the gin would be avoiding all the holes.
Yeah. Easy to get a gin out of a hole.
Yeah. There was a good documentary it was a documentary, but it had like dramatic recreations in it called Belief, The Possession of Janet Moses. It was a New Zealand one, played at the International Film Festival, and Emma and I went and saw it, and it was incredible, but it didn't seem to take off. I think you can view it online for a small amount or even free now. But basically, it was a Māori family in New Zealand that ended up killing their daughter, Janet, by performing an exorcism. And basically what happened is they had a priest that kind of got into their minds that they needed to do this exorcism. So they all locked themselves into a house and basically ended up giving each other mass hysteria and convincing each other that this demon was starting to take them over. And it was so intense. I think everyone got charged. I don't know if they ended up in jail, but really, really, really interesting watching. And I guess they got psychologists and they got psychologists and they got sort of priests and they got people familiar with Māori myths and all that kind of thing to sort of unpack what could have led to, the scenario where these people are actually murdering their child. Really interesting if you want to get an insight into how exorcisms go down. I just looked at macabre stuff, really.
Do you know what faith healing you don't see these days? Or maybe it's no longer of interest to us because we're grown-ups, but when we're kids, it's like, you don't see people pulling chicken guts out of people's tummies
Yeah, I was
anymore.
thinking about that.
This is
Did you ever see
all
that?
new to me.
Really? It's
Yeah.
called it was called something like psychic healing or something.
Yeah. I think it was a lot in
India.
India.
Yeah.
So a guru would if you had some sort of stomach problem, if you had like a cancer or something, guru would put their hand into you and pull out the tumor or whatever.
They'd smoosh their hands around in your stomach and then blood would appear. And then that grisly bit of grossness.
But it was just like a bit of chicken.
Yeah. They had a bowl with chicken in it with bloody water that they would put their hands in and then it would look like you were bleeding. And then when they were done, they pulled it out, wipe it away.
All healed.
Indiana Jones style.
Right. So the chicken healed the tumor.
No. The chicken is to fake people out.
Yeah. But he was healing the tumor.
No.
The chicken was where were you guys seeing this as kids?
In books about the unexplained and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Interesting. I must have had that one.
I feel like they always explained it then.
Yeah. It was always a thing where it was like, well, this is this mysterious thing that's fake.
Right.
And it was in that movie about Andy Kaufman.
Oh yeah, Kaufman got bloody chicken, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, did he believe it?
Man in the Moon. Well, he went over there believing it and got it done, but he still died. Yeah. The scene in the movie is really great because he's laying on the bed all massively into it and so excited about getting faith healed, and then he looks down and sees the bloke pulling the chicken out of the gross bowl and his face just fucking his heart breaks. It's like,
you can't trick a trickster. How did you, some fucking amateur guru, expect to fool me, Andy Kaufman?
Yeah. Famous trickster.
Yeah.
So what do we think about faith healing? Do you think anyone can be faith healed?
No. So, I think you can probably suggest, if someone's really, really open to suggestion, I guess it's like hypnosis, right?
Yeah.
If someone's feeling sick and you make them believe well enough that they feel better, they might start feeling better.
Well, there
it's
is
a placebo thing, right?
Yeah, there's some recent studies around placebos of people, even when they know they're taking placebos as part of a trial, it still alleviates symptoms sometimes, right. and it is that, I guess, power of suggestion, power of your mind, power of your body has some capability to process all that and to somehow it works.
Darren Brown did one of his recent specials was about placebos. He made up a fake drug and gave it to a whole bunch of different groups of people who had different things. Like one group was like massively socially awkward people who had no confidence. One group was smokers. One group was people who were afraid of heights. And gave them all this placebo and made out this big story. All of them but one was basically like, oh my God, I can, there's this really, really, really shy kid who was terrified of everything. And he ended up stepping in. They set up this whole thing where there was a big fight in a bar and he ended up like stepping in and trying to break the fight up at the end of the show. It was pretty cool.
They Space Jammed him.
Huh?
It was inside him all along.
Yeah, that was the point of the show. You guys did all this yourself.
I feel like watching like the Benny Hinn stuff, I felt like there'd probably be certain illnesses where just being in that atmosphere, and it's because it's so high energy, and because when he's on the stage pushing people down, he's running back and forth, and he's singing the whole time. He's singing the songs with this entire huge auditorium, all singing together.
And they probably have really good acoustics. They spend a lot of money on those places.
Yeah. Oh, it sounded amazing. But it's like so high energy. Like there'd be certain illnesses where like just being in such a hot, like having your endorphins like just pumped to the max would probably like help you out a bit.
Yeah.
And even if you just felt better in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, and what's the harm in that? I guess a lot of people
pay a lot of money to be tricked.
But also there were like people who just pushing over. It's like maybe this is like cheap chiropractor. It's like he's got a slip disc. Well, let's just shove him on the ground, see what happens.
The two guys who catch them are actually chiropractors who catch them and go do a little adjustment, put them back down.
So, like, I guess based on that, faith healing isn't inherently bad. To make someone feel good, feel like they've got a chance at getting better when they had no other hope, and they just like, this is all over, this is my last resort. But swindling people out of money and then letting people die because of neglect, not good.
Not good. Okay.
Yeah.
That's our official position.
That's my official position. Do you want to take that up as the Hypothepod official position?
Good, but not good.
Yeah, good but not good.
Yeah.
It's not a black and white situation.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we take a break?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. The Black Eyed Peas Club. Black Eye Club.
Do any of the Black Eyed Peas end up in the Black Eye Club, do we think?
Oh, surely.
Willie I Am.
Yeah.
He'd have to be in it.
Yeah.
It's probably how he got all these bloody tech deals.
Yeah.
Because really, a lot of that shit looked terrible.
I don't know his tech deals.
Oh, he had like phone cases that had cameras in them and all this kind of shit.
Yeah, right.
For a little while.
There was a while there where he was like one of the most famous people.
Yeah. What happened
and he was
to
just
him?
doing whatever he wanted. It just turns out he wasn't really good at anything.
Yeah.
No.
He made an okay pop song.
Yeah, he wears glasses like a boss.
Good work. Good work wearing glasses.
We're not talking about the Black Eyed Peas.
No.
We're talking about the Black Eye Club.
What is the BEC?
Brisbane Entertainment Centre.
Okay.
Keen observers have noted that in recent years, and I guess that some of them, these photos are pretty old, so it's like...
Yeah, anywhere that we've got photos of people.
Yeah. In the last few hundred years of photography, there are a bunch of photos of celebrities with black eyes.
Yeah.
Do the fucking math on that. What could that mean?
I've never had a black eye.
Haven't you?
Really?
Never got tuned up by your pop?
No. People don't bash me.
I've had a couple.
Look at me. Fucking, I'll annihilate those cunts.
I've had a black eye.
Walk into a door?
That's what I had to tell people, yes. If I go into this too
What
much.
did you do?
No.
Did you get punched out by someone?
So...
Quite often said to be on the left-hand side rather than the right-hand side.
Yeah. And also often old people
Yeah.
who just constantly have black eyes.
Like, what's the Queen's husband?
Prince Philip.
Prince Philip, who's like a million now.
Yeah.
You can see his fucking paper tissue thin skin.
Yeah.
Like, you just know if you like waved a feather at him, he's bruising. And like he's always used like, look at him.
Yeah.
He's so old. He's been in like 4 car crashes. Of course he has black eyes. Another one that I saw was Hulk Hogan in the wrestling ring, and they're like, Hulk Hogan was like, his job is to get hit in the face. Oh no, because it's all fake.
Robbo thinks wrestling's real.
The theory is that it's like a Illuminati ritual to show something.
Well, so I saw a few things for like the Illuminati ritual. One of which is that it's celebrating the left side of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So I did watch quite a long video about the left and right side of the brain. So the left side of the brain, of course, is the cold, logical, thought side of the brain.
Mm.
And the right side of the brain is the airy-fairy, emotional, imaginative side of the brain. What you might not realise is that you also have your, in your brain, you have your pituitary gland, which is the milk, and you have your pineal gland, which is the honey.
Yep.
And that's where the land of milk and honey comes from in the Bible. And every month, the oil of Christ comes from the top of your brain and descends down to your 7th chakra. And that's Santa Claus going down the chimney. That's where Santa Claus comes from.
I kind of tuned out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like 1 second
All
there.
that needs to go with one of those expanding mind memes.
Yeah.
For that last thing you just said.
Like, I don't even think it was for that long. Like, I got a little alert on my phone. Quickly, Santa Claus?
Yeah. So, whatever that is,
Yeah.
this guy's like, that's how your brain works.
Fair enough.
Once a month, the bloody Christ oil drips down your brain, through your spine, into your ball chakras.
Yeah.
And so the left-hand side is like the side that, I guess the bad side or whatever. So they're like celebrating that. But he's showing all these photos of all these celebrities with their left-hand side black eyes. It's like, oh, okay, maybe you've got a point. And then there's like a bunch of them on the right-hand side.
There was a bunch on the right-hand side that I saw.
This doesn't work with your thing.
There was also one that was like a little kid. Just like there was a montage of people and like, yeah, celebrities, some minor, some major, the Pope. I think it's a random little kid. Just like it's a little
Someone
kid.
needs to call the police because something bad's going on in that kid's house.
So there's another Illuminati ritual it could be though, and that is many gangs have an initiation of a beatdown.
Yeah.
And the Illuminati might not be any different. It's just like the mongrel mob.
Yeah. But their one isn't a left eye thing.
No, but like it could just be normal bruising
Yeah.
from the bashing that they got when they joined the Illuminati.
Yeah.
But my question is, why is the Pope like getting his Illuminati joining beatdown like this far into his popedom?
Yeah.
Why is Obama getting it after he's no longer president? Why is George Bush getting it after he's no longer president? Wouldn't you beat the shit out of these people earlier?
Is there not also a thing that to out people? I read a thing that said it was also outing people. Like maybe people who fell foul of something.
Oh, yeah. It was like
Fucking-
you're going to be shamed by this,
Yeah.
having to pump around with a black eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really shameful though. That's the problem with the logic of it.
No, but a black eye is pretty shameful. Like people, it's a famously, the whole walking into a door thing is because people feel society's shame or judgment on like domestic abuse. So there is a societal element of shame in there.
Yeah, but just like Obama having a black eye is not shaming him. It's just like you should see the other guy.
Yeah.
It's like people bruise.
Yeah, Obama, if you wanted to shame him, you would like release a playlist and it wasn't all cool hip hop. It would be like nerdy stuff. He'd be like, no, I'm actually a cool guy.
Yeah, that'd be a good Illuminati humiliation ritual.
Yeah. I'm a cool guy, everyone. I like the Roots.
But yeah, I do like the idea that like the Illuminati's like, oh, we've got no other way to humiliate people.
It's just black eyes or
It's
nothing.
just black eyes or nothing. But we know that they have better humiliation rituals. We've seen the Oscars.
Yeah.
We've seen them getting roasted, comedy roasts.
Yep. Is that a humiliation ritual? Has to be.
Yeah, surely.
What other theories?
So I did get some better ones than these. One of them is that it could be people getting droned.
Oh yeah.
By lizards.
Okay.
With their proboscises. So I think droning is a bit like cloning.
Is that the thing where they take over your body though?
Yeah, they put the proboscis in you, the
Yeah.
vril.
Yeah, so
And
this
then
is
they
what I
control
found.
you remotely.
Vril parasites. And this was a bit of a rabbit hole that I fell down of vril parasites, not all related to Black Eye Club. So I think we need to revisit vril and talk about parasites.
Well, because we've talked about vril before.
Yeah.
Vril energy.
Yeah.
And the vril society.
Yeah.
But these are vril parasites.
Yeah.
Who I think create the vril energy, which is just loosh, let's face it. But yeah, so these are like lizard creatures. There were different tiers of them.
Yeah.
There's like A, B, and C. Did you come up with any one that was more creative than, say, there were 3 types and there was type 1, type 2, and type 3?
I watched a video that was supposed to, part of a series of videos that was supposed to kill off the parasite. You need to blast this video and then like just watch it back to back to back. And people in the comments like, yeah, no, it works. It's working for me. I'm feeling so good. And you play it, it's just a high-pitched noise. It's and like there's a video of like a little slug-like brainworm thing kind of crawling around, which I saw in other videos. So I'm wondering if this is like a famous part of the viral parasite conspiracy. But like it's the kind of noise that just makes you really anxious and your heart starts racing. Like it's not a pleasant situation, and people just were like, yeah, this is it. I'm getting my viral parasite killed by a YouTube video.
So did you watch it till the end?
No, I want to keep my viral parasites. How do I... come on.
So, but yeah, I think the top tier of the parasite can come up to you with their proboscis, big horn coming out of their head, stick it in your eye, and transfer themselves into you and take over your body. And that's why they've all got black eyes, because they've all gotten vrilled.
Bang! You can't take a proboscis to the eye without a little bit of a bruise.
No.
There's also mention of lobotomies.
Oh, yeah.
That came up.
Yeah.
I think like Hillary had a black eye at one point. People like, yeah.
Because apparently after the black eyes turn up, their moods change. And I think they might have had a little bit of a bloody lobotomy in the eye hole.
I don't think that's how they do lobotomies.
No, but if you spiked someone through the eye hole up into the front of their brain, that would change their personality.
Oh, yeah. Will it?
And yeah, that's where your personality is, in the front of your head. Bang. And then they don't have a big bloody drill hole in their forehead. They can just pass it off as, he's got a black eye.
Yeah.
But secretly spiked up in their fucking brain hole.
Being lobotomized.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
I also saw that it could be the result of a consciousness transfer procedure.
Right.
Where, as we know, from ancient Egyptian times through to today, even though DARPA is only just working on consciousness transfer now, they expect to have it ready by 2049. In fact, some people might have already worked out the secrets.
Whoa.
And that's why, like, the Eye of Horus is a symbol, because you transfer the consciousness through the eye. But all these celebs have been bloody swapping their consciousnesses around and getting black eyes as a result.
Yeah, right. I brought up this YouTube comment that I found earlier about the parasites. Very long. I'm not going to read it all. Goes off on all sorts of tangents. But they say, excuse my language here, that if you've got a parasite, you want to not have sex because that built up your energy, your like organs. Organs come up in this as well.
Yeah.
Also, no anal penetration. Avoid anal penetration.
Yep.
Because this is a ritual trauma used to break the spirit in order to increase the dominance of the parasite over the host. It should be noted that using water magic, the intensification and transfer of the will through gratitude and love based upon the work of Masaru Emoto to connect with all water, thus amplifying the magic. They kind of just forgot to wrap that sentence up.
Wait, so should I be using water magic or should I not be using water magic?
By water magic, do they mean water-based lube?
That could solve all of their problems.
Yeah. I think they're saying it's positive, but they don't actually kind of wrap up the thought.
Yeah.
And I copied and pasted it off YouTube, and it's got show less underneath it. So
you've
I'm
got
at the bottom.
You've got the whole thing.
Yeah. It was a very confusing comment. It's almost like an essay about the virile slug-like neural interface, which contains its essence, thus transferring the virile into the human host. It's a one-time, one-way trip. It is unclear how long or by what exact means it established its dominance over the host. This person is intense.
Yeah. That's the worst, though. Imagine, wouldn't you hate it if you proboscis someone fully droned them and they turned out to be a loser? You're like, it was a one-way trip. Don't have a proboscis anymore.
Also, slightly...
I'm stuck in Bill Clinton.
Slightly less woke in the same comments. Someone says, what if it's because of Fight Club?
That's just Celebrity Fight Club.
They're just getting punched. But then they go on to point out that Fight Club predicted 9/11 2 years before 9/11. So fucking you draw those. It's
predicted it by having buildings fall down.
Yes. Yeah. It's funny how like the two comments that are below each other, like one is just super intense down so many random rabbit holes. The other one's like Fight Club 9/11.
Yeah, they might just be fighting. Just to feel something.
Yeah.
Don't you hate it when you're so rich that you've got to fight just to feel?
Well, I found a video called The Black Eye Club, which was old, like 2009, I think.
Yeah, it was like 11 years old.
Yeah, and it was 3 or 4 young women punching each other on the face.
All right.
They look kind of, like tattoo sleeves, which back then in 2009 wasn't as common as this.
But were they faking it or were they really connecting the punches?
No, they were connecting. It's actually quite horrible seeing people punch people in the face just like a straight punch.
Yeah.
Like, because there's all the build-up, and then there's just the noise. And then they kind of get into it once the adrenaline starts going. And, like, this was their little Black Eye Club.
But also, they were, like, punching each other in, like, the jaw and the cheek and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's no way to get a black eye.
The comments below it were a lot of horned-up dudes.
Was anyone in the comments connecting it to the thing?
No, not at all.
Because I did think when I was watching it, surely these guys' view counts have benefited from the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, not at all. It didn't. Like, all the comments were really old. One, and they were all like, "Oh my god, I love this. Please do this with me. I'd love to be your test subject."
Oh.
But then someone has a go at their punching ability. Don't want to be mean to them, but girls so weak they don't even leave marks on each other, punching each other for a while. I'm even surprised at how weak these fists must be.
Fist shamed.
Yeah. These people are like strong enough to let someone punch them in the face, which takes a lot of willpower. Nah, owned. Weak fists. Unrelated to the Black Eye Club, though.
Yes.
The people that I saw, the 3 of the big ones that pop up in all of it are George W.
Yep.
Pope Francis.
Yep.
Kanye West. Kanye West obviously had his big Illuminati speech. Yeah. He's kind of flirting with that world quite a bit lately.
Do we know the story behind his black eye, though?
No.
Because we know the story behind the Pope's black eye.
What was that one?
He took a tumble in the Pope-mobile.
Is that on video?
Yeah.
Ah, cool. I'm going to look that up later.
Does he like fall forward and go ding on the glass and go and slide down it? Because that'd be great.
Yeah. They were also, I noted they were 2002 for George W., 2014 for Kanye West, so well before he was talking about the Illuminati, and 2017 for the Pope. So not exactly like they're presented as a cluster of, it's all happening. Why do all these celebrities have black eyes?
Yeah.
It's just people have black eyes.
Yeah. There was a site reckoning it also to the entertainment industry, targeting people to try and get more censorship happening, and I don't know. It's all cooked.
It'll be big foundation companies.
Yeah.
Big Lancome.
Big bloody cover up.
Hey.
There was also someone commented that there's no evidence to support the Black Eye Club conspiracy theory. Someone else replied, "No evidence? ? Look up how many abortions are performed each day. That's all the proof you need." They clarify slightly.
Let's stay on topic.
They clarify slightly, saying the adrenal glands are largest at birth. So I don't think that's true at all. B, there's nothing to do with black eyes.
I did see someone saying it could be people whipping out a bit of adrenochrome. But it's like, why are they getting their adrenochrome out of the Pope?
Yeah.
Is that like...
Pope's famously or unfamously the most amped up guy on the planet.
Like, but you get it from a scared child.
Prince Philip.
Yeah. Who's going to Prince Philip and being like, let's give Prince Philip a big scare. What could we possibly do to scare Prince Philip? Yeah. Someone who's probably, killed more backpackers than you can imagine.
I mean,
you go, boo, and the force of your sound waves give him a black eye.
Prince Philip, who famously was hanging out with eugenicists, started the WWF.
Yeah. Well, let's give him a little fright, and then we'll get a needle up there and pull some adrenochrome out of his...
He's definitely the head of all this.
Yeah.
If there's anyone who's the head of all this Illuminati thing, Like, he's number one.
Yeah. Any sort of facet of the conspiracy world you look at. Illuminati, yep, probably him.
Yeah.
NWO, probably him.
Definitely him.
Lizards, definitely him.
Yep.
Anything.
The NWO wrestling and not wrestling, he is involved in.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But
And
almost,
the WWF wrestling
Yes.
and not wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's connected that way.
Yeah.
But the thing he's most likely to not be involved in is the actual source of the delicious adrenochrome.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, Black Eye Club. It's a weird one because it does connect down into like the cooked vril stuff, which I've never come across the vril parasite before.
No, I don't remember that.
So that's fun. It's a fun little aspect to it. But then it's also just got the, you know, Kanye West is a little bit out of line these days. Let's humiliate him with a black eye.
Yeah.
All right.
That didn't go as long as I thought.
How long has that gone?
20 minutes.
Oh, that'll do.
What are you guys up to?
So-
HBU.
Robbo, if people want to find you online,
You can get me at aleofatime.com. You can also get Salty and Me or Salty and I at Eats and Drinks on YouTube. We don't quite have the custom URL yet. But if you subscribe and we get over 100 subscribers, we get that sweet, sweet custom URL.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I've subscribed.
Thank you, Excuse me. Thank you, Cam.
It's good. Good content. Doing a little recipe every week.
Yep.
Yeah. Couple.
Good stuff.
You can get me at Saltmarsh on Instagram and Twitter, and Andrew Saltmarsh Illustration on Facebook, and also with Robbo at Eats and Drinks.
Yay!
And check out Tohada on Patreon.
And you can get me at Sextenheimer on Twitter, Gather Amy on Facebook and iTunes, and Cam in the Kitchen on YouTube for my new cooking show.
There's a Cam in the kitchen. What you gonna do? There's a Cam in the kitchen. What you gonna do? Gonna eat that Cam. It's what I'm gonna do. Gonna eat that Cam.
Can you send me the audio of that? Actually, I need a theme song.
Thank you. Yeah, no worries.
Right.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't worry about a thing, except if all our world leaders are alien reptilians. I said don't worry about a thing, except maybe the fluoride in our water supply contains mind-altering drugs. Don't worry about a thing, except whether or not Port Arthur was a false flag operation in which to disarm Australia. I said don't worry about a thing. I accept you can definitely hear John Lennon say I buried Paul at the end of Strawberry Fields Forever. Ooh, don't worry about a thing, except not only did Bush do 9/11, but he also keeps the planes out in Area 51, which, let's not forget where all of the aliens are. Don't worry about a thing, except Donald Trump is clearly a woman and you're just blind if you can't see that. Why don't you open your eyes?